Good morning, everybody. Painblade back here again from Server One, representing IAC and Tribes Lab. So thank you guys for watching. Lately, I've noticed a lot of people enjoying the content for the Labor of the Abyss for Stage 30. Just an update on that. I have 3 Shinobis left to kill, so I'm just readjusting my teams here and trying to kind of maximize everything. Now I know the person that did beat it. I've given him a lot of shoutouts. Azumi did take 4 hours, and resets were abundant to get that done. I don't have that kind of time, so I'm trying my best to arrange my teams where I can maximize my potential for attack and defense. What happened yesterday was we had a 30 turn second team, which unfortunately only had maximum 30 turns, and they lost because there wasn't enough damage. So I'm going to be adjusting. But that was just an update on that. What we're going to be covering today, guys, is a showcase, and I'm going to use the word showcase very loosely here, of the newest UR, Chiyo. Now, I was originally planning to get her up to maximum to show you guys how she does in arena, but this is the first time and maybe only time I'll ever do this. I don't plan to get her up all the way. And the reason why I say this is because she is the worst UR, probably one of the worst characters to come out in a very long time. I was excited when I got her at 4 stars. Who wouldn't be, right? You're getting a UR at 4 stars. Nobody knew her kit at the time. But now that I do know her skill set and her abilities, it's extremely underwhelming. So if you are pulling for this banner, guys, and you want her for her artwork or whatever, I strongly suggest, and I have been in the comment section since I did the banner itself, to avoid this banner completely, especially if you're free to play. Sakura is really good. I will say she's good. I will build her up and showcase her properly, but Chiyo is someone I don't want to do. So what I will do, though, is go over what makes her the worst you are in the game and why you should be avoiding her. So we're going to talk about her skill sets, we're going to talk about her gear, her stats, and why Bandai should really consider maybe buffing her. If she does get buffed ever in a patch of any sort, it might be worth reconsidering. But let's jump into it and let's make this a short video for you, so we don't have to take up too much of everyone's time. But for those that want to know why she sucks and why I'm telling you guys to avoid her, let's get into it, and maybe I can convince you here. So as you can see, I'm number 1 in rank for her, and she's only level 65 and 18,000 for stats. Now I will say I love her artwork for 5-star, and as you can see, I'm 112 out of 200 in. That's because of the event. It's giving me like almost 30 fragments a day. I will definitely get her to 5 stars, and you know what? In the future, I may, if I have the resources, build her just for that, for the sake of having completion purposes. But let's do what we normally do. So as you see the artwork, she's, I mean, if you've seen the anime or read the manga, you know how she is. She's she's actually a really cool character in that. Actually pretty powerful as well too, and I wish they kind of represented that. But the color scheme's actually pretty cool here. I do enjoy that. Her 5-star art is really, really awesome. If you haven't seen it, you can check it out in the updates, or just ping me when I get her at 5 and I can show you. But I do love the schematic here. Now in terms of stats, her stats aren't bad for a T unit. Of course, she's a jack of all trades. She's got pretty much in the teens all across the board, except for guard suppression rate and critical damage rate. Now, as you awaken, these stats go up, so they will go up a little bit at 5-star, but I wouldn't expect too much of an increase. So she's a very mediocre for stats. Like I said, most T's are jack of all trades in my video before, and she kind of sits on that same area, but she does lack a lot of guard suppression rate and critical damage increase rate. So overall, though, I mean, not the worst, not the best, right? So link bonuses. In order to get her link bonuses, you need Kankaro, you need Sasari, you need the new Sakura and Tsunade. So the Kankaro is easy to get. Sasari was last banner. He's also very, very easy to get. And you remember, guys, you guys can use the Shinobi Exchange Shop to get these guys for 500 Shinobi coins. Not Shino coins, Shinobi coins. They're very different things. To get her defense, you need to get Tsunade and Sakura, and then that's all she has, right? So she's got only the 2 limits. They're not the 3. So I mean, in order to get Sakura, you can also get the 1-star from the Shinobi coin shop, or you can get pull her from the new banner, which again, guys, I strongly recommend just not even bothering with. So that's her link bonuses. Now, stats wise, as you can see, because she's low promotion, and I haven't really raised her up, I'm not going to bother looking at the stats. Speed wise, she's actually not bad. She's a mid-range speed. Nothing really special about her when it comes down to speed. And then also over here, we have her 2 single target attack with Sakura, which lowers enemies' damage increase rate by 15% and damage reduction rate for the rest of the battle, and recovers HP of allies of 12% of their own attack. Now that's my gripe here, right? whenever there's healers involved, it's always percentage of their attack when they're usually D or T units. There's never an A unit that can heal as well. Um, but here, let's go into her actual kit and explain to you guys why you should avoid her. So, I mean, when I first glanced at the skill set, I actually liked it. The concept of the skill set is fantastic. The problem with the skill set is the fact that it's only one turn. So if you look at her special, and this is what bothers me, deals damage to one enemy, which is fine. Decreases all enemy speeds by 15 for each enemy in there. So that's 15, of 9 people. So that's actually still not bad. The problem is it lowers all damage increase rate by 20.57% of all enemies and 20.57% of damage reduction rate for only one turn. Now that is the problem, guys. So it's great to lower somebody's speed by that extent. I mean, it does sound like a lot, but quite honestly, if you're being outsped by an opponent that you're farming in PvP, for example, chances are you're either super close but in power, but way off in speed, or vice versa. If you're being farmed, right? If it's a close match, then she's actually not a bad thing to have, just to kind of turn the tide for speed. But again, it just doesn't make sense to replace someone really good on your team just to do that, right? To do that one thing, and to have damage increase rate and damage reduction rate only reduced by for one turn. That's my dilemma. That's my issue. If they gave her 2 turns to 3 turns, I honestly would think she's a good UR. At that point, I would actually change my mind about her, because now she's affecting 3 major stats in PvP. But the fact is, 1 turn is not going to make a difference when it comes down to those major stats, right? So that's problem number 1. Problem number 2 is she does it again here, where she reduces all active speed by 15, but it doesn't stack, right? Debuffs don't stack. So this 15 for only the active members, and then adding the 15 of the special jutsu would have made a difference, but because debuffs don't stack, you're only affecting 15 speed every single time for the rest of the battle. It's not a stackable debuff. So this I find was useless. If they did something else like decreases the damage rate increase, or damage rate deduction, etc., that would have been better here, I think, because then you could at least proc that more often. But adding speed made no sense to me for this one, especially if it's something that you're going to do for the rest of the battle in the other special jutsu already. All right, and then of course HP, she gets the large one because she's a TUR, and then this one is what really threw me off. So Sand Advisor at first looked good, but then I started playing with it, and then it recovers HP of the ally with the lowest HP by 30%. That 30% is based on her attack. It's really weird. Like, it doesn't state it here, but I started testing it, and it was only 30% of her attack. So, for example, her attack is what? 13,892, and every single time she was the lowest member in the HP, she only recovered 5,000. So, like, to me, that's not really a good way of placing that. They should have put 30% of what your maximum HP or your maximum attack. They didn't place that anywhere. So I had to do some testing to figure that out. And yeah, it's based off of her attack. So again, basing heals off attacks doesn't make any sense. And then it also boosts all active damage reduction rate by 15% of going last. So it's one or the other. You don't get, it's all based on placement. So you don't get a heal if you place her last, but you don't get the damage reduction if you place her first. So I find that really odd that they did that. They should have done both, especially as a UR, but instead they're making you choose where to put her in a position. So again, something I really don't like, because you can get a better healer and you can get a better damage reduction rate, SR and UR, hell, even an R, to replace this ability. So that is my biggest issue here. They've tried to do something unique with Chiyo by giving her skills that nobody else really possesses in a one-stop shop. But the problem is they made it to limited to turns and to placement. It just doesn't make any sense. And again, the fact that the speed buffs, debuffs don't count, they can't stack, it reduces her use, right? Like, have one speed debuff, but don't add another because you can't stack them. So guys, that's the major thing. Like, here, gear wise, I just got her to 10. I mean, the gears kind of looks cool. She's got her father and mother puppets, which is kind of cool in my opinion. And scrolls and talisman I haven't touched. Vitality, of course, I'm not going to touch because I'm not there yet. But I really don't like the character the way they made it. So I really hope Bandai does change their mind. And if they do, guys, I will give you a better update, and I'll give you a full version of a showcase. But here's what we'll do. for anyone who subscribes and who doesn't, and I hope you do if you do watch the video, let me know if you guys really want me to build her up maximum and showcase her like I have everyone else. I will be doing that to Sakura for sure, so you will definitely see her soon. But for now, I don't think she's worth the resources and time. But I'm doing this for you guys. So again, if you guys really do want to see what she's all about, just leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know. If majority of you guys do say, yeah, we want to see her in action at full capacity, then I will do the build. For now, I'm actually focusing on getting my second team ready for the Abyss. I actually want to get this last floor done, even though the rewards are pretty much the same as 28, floor 28. It's just more for a pride thing at this point. But yeah, guys, if you guys are finding that, you know what, maybe you're interested in her, and if the majority is, I will build her up and do it. But, you know, we're going to make this a short video like I promised, so that's pretty much it about Chiyo. Again, my advice to you guys, if you are planning to pull, if you're a collector and a whale, go for it. Not stopping you, I did it. But if you're an F2P, do not pull for her. It is a trap. It is a horrible UR to go for, and it's a waste of your resources. All right, guys, this is Payne. Enjoy your Thursday, I think it is today, and I hope we'll talk soon. Bye now.